Good morning, everybody. Another day, another video. Not really retro as such. A retro looking piece of equipment. I've got my Omega multi-band radio. We thought today we would go, with the weather being nice, we would go to watch the planes at the airport and listen in to the cabin crew, which is totally legal. No transmission at all, just listening. It does citizens band, marine band and air band, 110 to 136 megahertz, 137 to 175 megahertz, and citizen band channel 1 to 80. Now, I'm not so sure. See, it's boxed. It's fairly new. It's about, I don't know, I think I bought it about 3 or 4 years ago. But it looks big and chunky like the old CBs. It looked good. It looked retro. I don't know. I just fancied it, and it was about £8, I think. So it was like really, really cheap, and it was working fantastically until, see, the aerial goes in there. Aerial screw thread. Just no purchase whatsoever. So I think there's a little nut or a screw or something missing from there. So I've got my little bag of, my little box of screws and bits and bobs. But we'll see whether I've got a tiny, tiny little nut to go in it. So I'm going to undo it and try and fix it. Now I've taken the bottom 2 screws out already. Great big long screws. And then the same for the rest of the screws. Now I've not seen in this, I've not seen inside it at all. So I don't know whether it's modern technology or whether, with it being a cheap Chinese, like a knockoff, whether it's recycled used components, old components. I'm assuming, with it being a new machine, a new device, that it's actually quite new kit inside it. Now, why is that not coming out there? That's a so come out. Oh, there we go. Right, so yes. Doesn't look the most modern of components, but also doesn't look very old. There's some pots there to move around, a bit of a chip. So what is that processor? What is that chip? Let's see if I can show you on the camera. There, one of those. A KA22471? No idea. As I say, it does work, and when it worked before, it worked quite well. So possibly, as you can see in there, the screw thread itself has died. So that's the problem. And I don't, oh yes, it uses, as you can see in there, that little piece of metal where the aerial screws into is connected directly to the motherboard, so that must be the aerial receiving point. Now, I think I have seen, I mean, it's quite old school, because this dial here at the top, which does the frequency band there, is actually connected, I don't know if you can see that, via a cable, and the cable goes down inside the machine, and it's the cable that moves the indicator left and right. So it's quite cheap, quite old school. I mean, yeah. Anyway, let's see in my box of tricks, if I've got a little aerial thing, so once I put this on, I won't be able to put it back in the box, because the whole point was the aerial was supposed to be removable. But I don't think I'm rightly bothered about that, because I was thinking about throwing the box away anyway. So, first one I try, too small. I wonder if one of those will work. We could use a brass standoff. No, again, that's too small. Now, a little brass standoff actually works. So maybe that is the way forward. Maybe we can use one of those. Right, so there's one there. Or I've got, what else have I got? Ah, one of those. No. No, that's too small again. Oh, it would be nice if I just got a nut that was the right size, I suppose, as opposed to having to use a standoff, because they're quite useful, those standoffs, I have to say. No, looks like I'm going to have to use the standoffs. Yeah, they've been well used, those standoffs. They've got really gnarly edges. Ah! Right, that one fits better. There we go. Right. Put those down there. Question is, how am I going to fit that onto there? If I do this right, I'll be able to fit that on and then take it off. Yeah. I wonder if I use, I've got any epoxy resin. I might have some epoxy glue. Back in a minute. Right. I have got now my epoxy resin and hardener, my spudger, and a little pot that I can mix in. Now, it's a different pot than I had before, because for some reason I can't seem to find the one that I used. It seems a shame to use that. I know what I've got. There we go. Right, found a better one. That's more like it. I don't mind disposing of those, whereas that other one was a bit, that was like a business card holder, I think, which was quite, yeah, quite useful. Right, so, in here, can we see that? In there. Resin, tiny bit. Hardener, tiny bit. That's all we need. Don't need a lot. Mixeroonie. Now you can hear some strange noises like babies and dogs. It's because I've got the window open in the office. Just because this stinks. And I don't really want to poison myself and make myself dizzy, which I have done in the past if you'll watch one of the previous videos. Okay, now, can I get you any closer in to there? Let's see. Without the tripod falling over. Maybe not. No. Unless maybe I try. I have one of these little mini gorilla pods. and they're a real pain because they don't have the two legs at the front. Now, that's got the two legs at the front, one at the back. Right, there we go. If I move that to there, you can see this now. This is good. Right. Let's do... that like that. So when I cover it in epoxy, we'll see whether it makes a nice tight bond or whether it completely gunks things up for me to never be able to take the aerial out ever again. Right, that's done. I'm going to let it sit for 5 minutes and I'll be back soon. Okay, so while we're waiting for the resin to set, as you can see, it's turning a nice shade of white, so it's sitting quite nice. I thought I'd go through this this manual and see what we've got. Now, to be fair, this is quite poor. I know it was only cheap, this device, but come on guys, this is ridiculous. So it says antenna, squelch control, on-off volume control, tuning control, band selection switch, DC adapter jack, earphone socket, speaker, battery compartment cover, and wrist strap. Fair enough. You come down here, and it says, your Omega 4996 is fitted with the DC 6-volt jack, blah 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 blah. And then it says, rated at 200 milliamps with fill in with positive or negative centre pin. So somebody on site hasn't been doing their job and they've not read this manual and they've not substituted whether it's positive or negative. So how do we find out? I don't know, I'm going to use it on batteries. Anyway, other than that, the manual is quite good. It tells you about the on-off volume control, the DC operation. Yeah, telescopic antenna, rubberized antenna, single piece, no telescopic. You pull that, you can just see inside it's like a spring, so no telescopics there unfortunately. Strike one. Tuning, air, TV, CB, blah 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 blah, earphone jack, wrist strap. Maintenance, do not put in the rain, this, that and the other. And then frequency range is 500 milliwatt maximum, 4 ohm speaker, blah blah blah. So you do also get with it, now where did it go? I've put this somewhere and I can't find it. I better put it back in the box. Put it back in the... You do also get in the box a 12-month guarantee. Now, would work alright, except we don't have a dealer stamp because, yes, it was bought online. It wasn't bought at a dealership. And it doesn't cover things like my aerial. Does not cover faults caused by misuse, negligence or accident. Tampering with the equipment, yeah, tampered with. Or any attempt of adjustment or repair other than by the accredited agents of the company. Well, that's not me, so guarantee void. Never mind. Right. That looks pretty set to me. Yeah. Let's plug some batteries in and see what we've got. Okay, so it takes 4 AA batteries. I've got some Panasonic ones. Other batteries are available. I've had success with many of the cheaper varieties, but for the moment these are all I've got in. And they fit just in the battery component like that, in the compartment. In there, in there, and in there. And that goes back on there. Yeah, so if we unscrew that. Oh, now, so I've unscrewed that, and that is quite secure. So I'm quite pleased with that. This might be a good repair. Okay, that's the problem. This dobby bit there, can you see, against the Einstein there, that is now too deep, too high, and is stopping me from actually getting purchase on the new fix that I've done. Well, that's not good, is it? And of course it's broke that off. Oh, I have to put some more goopy glue on that. Right, so what had happened there was, as I'd pushed the aerial up, it had pushed in the repair that I'd done. So as you can see, I've put loads more gloopy epoxy glue on. So we'll see what happens with that. Hopefully that will be nice and strong now. But it is dripping down the bottom, so I'm going to have to fix that. Right, after 10 minutes, it's all set, and I've put a massive amount of goop in there. So that's not going anywhere. Now hopefully this will fix the aerial issue. So I'm going to reassemble it and see what happens. See what it looks like. And see what it looks like. Right, okay, so the aerial's in. It's not going anywhere. Let's see what we get. Put it on the floor down here so you can see it. It's in. What's it in at the moment? Airplane mode. CB mode and FM. Oh no, so that's CB. That's middle one's FM mode.
Something felt wrong. On the way there, actually, there were many ambulances, and it was.
Oh, well, that works on FM. Right, excellent. So as you saw then, as you heard, that worked on FM radio. So the signal was really strong. I'm quite pleased with that. The next thing for me to try then, I suppose, is CB. So now you've seen how it works, we will flip the switch to CB. turn the squelch down a tad, and then we'll tune it with this knob here. The tuning knob is very, very poor quality. So we go all the way to channel 80, and then all the way back down to channel 1, and we'll see just the CB channels there. I don't think there'll be many though, not in this day and age. No, didn't think there was. And then we'll try air and water, but I don't think we'll get anything either. We're not close enough to the airport.
2 hours later.
0 kilometre, no cloud detected, temperature +21, dew point +6, QNH 101, threshold USE 1.
For the moment, thanks for watching. It's not really a refurb, not really a tear down. Bit of an introduction to the Omega Icon 3 multi-band radio, which I swear cost me £8, £8 I want to say, off eBay. About, I don't know, I think about 3 years. Never really used it because as soon as I got it out of the box, the aerial broke and I just couldn't be bothered to fix it. Whereas now I've got my fixing head on, I'm able to fix many of these things. So there we go. So that's the video for today. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, please subscribe to my channel. If you like the video, please subscribe to the channel, give it a massive thumbs up, and make sure you click on the bell icon so that you get more notifications when I upload additional videos in the future. Thanks again. Goodbye for now.